But it good. That's all I'm gonna say.
But it good. I'd love to hear that. Oh, speaking of good, I actually came across this TikTok, and crazy how TikTok really just changes lives. I came across this TikTok where they were talking about this manga that had, I guess it's kind of recently came out. It's only like maybe 30 to 40 chapters in, but it's a pretty messed up manga. It's like it's essentially about these 5 bullies who have been tormenting and torturing this one kid for like his entire grammar school like life. And it got to the point where, and this is how the TikTok sold me. It got to the point where the person in the TikTok said, like, okay, so imagine a scenario where you're being bullied by these 5 people and they're evil incarnate. These guys are absolutely terrible people and they all have their own specific evil trait to them. Like they like specific things, where one of them is just likes pain, just likes to see the pain in people's faces. The other one likes to psychologically mess you up. The other one likes to treat you like a just a horrible human, just like an item, like a thing that they can treat, whatever. And then he kind of goes on and lists more details about these characters. And then from there, he then says the mastermind, the ringleader, devised a plan to murder the kid that's been bullied, murdered his parents in a quote unquote car accident. And then somehow the little brother survived, and so they beat him to an ounce of his life.
Oh.
And so the main character, the kid that's been being bullied, goes to his grandfather, who we find out that was in like the Japanese, like the secret organization, secret army organization, who like specialized in like torture and doing like these evil dastardly things. And the boy who was being bullied was like, he like grabbed the katana off of the wall, and he was like, I'm gonna go get my revenge and things like that. And then the grandpa's like, revenge? He's like, that's it? That's all you're thinking of? You don't want to hurt them the way they've hurt you? And then he like goes through this like time skip, a 4-year time skip of him just learning to be like basically like his grandpa, where like he learned all these secret techniques and like all this crazy torture techniques and stuff, and he's plotting his revenge by like being like super secretive and like well, obviously there's a time skip, so like he's going to like the bullies that because they kind of spread out, but they're still a part of the same group. He's going trying to find his revenge, and the one stipulation is if they have changed as a person, you will not kill them. And it's like really, really intense, and it's like it's pretty messed up on some of the stuff that happens through like the chapters. But like I did not think I was gonna like something from TikTok like that, and I actually really like this manga.
It's on TikTok?
No, it's like it's like a actual manga that you can find out there. It's called Jujika no Rokunin. Juujika no Rokunin is Rokunin. But like they were promoting it on TikTok. It's like on anime TikTok, like a bunch of people like share stuff like, oh, if you haven't checked out Fire Force, check out Fire Force, things like that. And then they're like, I bet you, like the guy started off with, I bet you haven't heard about this manga. And then he started talking about it, and I was like, well, sir, I haven't. That is a great observation there. I have not heard of this manga. And then I'm like, oh, this sounds pretty cool. So I ended up like reading it, and yeah, I'm actually pretty hooked. I really, really like it. It's fairly new, but I was not expecting something like that at all.
That's pretty cool. I never thought to like go to TikTok for my anime news. That's interesting.
Yeah, it's really like I've seen some stuff on gaming, because it's like they do like Warzone stuff where it's like, oh, this is the build you should be running and things like that. And then because I like anime stuff, like it'll pop up occasionally, and then it's like I love like the little intro videos that you have on TikTok. It's like, welcome to Anime Talk, and it's like, oh, cool, man, I'm a part of it. But yeah. That is my nice little starting intro, but I should probably just get into this. Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to a brand new episode of the Bento Boxcast. Hopefully that wasn't too morbid for you guys to start off the pod. I just thought about it. I was like, maybe we should have started off something a little bit different.
They're fine. They know what they're getting themselves into.
At least it wasn't food this go around. So, unless you guys like that. I was about to say, unless you guys like that, then by all means. But like I said, welcome back, guys. Welcome back to a brand new episode of the Bento Boxcast. This is officially episode 7, lucky number 7 of season 2 of the Bento Boxcast, the most animeist podcast of all the internet. We're here coming at you on whatever audio platform you may so choose. We got you covered on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, or really any other podcast site platform associated with Anchor.com. But of course, you all already know you'll only find us here on our mainstay, our main girl, our club room, our home base, YouTube.com. Just search up Bento Boxcast and you'll find our nice little squid Bento Boxcast logo. In every podcast, you guys, the viewers, the listeners, the incredible people you are, have a chance to add some topics, suggest some talking points for us to discuss, or add anything you want really for us to converse about by simply tweeting at us at the Bento Boxcast or our personal Twitters. You could also join our Discord. Our Discord is popping. Pull up to the Kotatsu. You want to be in there. And trust me, the more people we get in there, the more active we'll get. We also got a Groovy Bot in here, and you already know the anime tunes are flying. The link to everything we just discussed is going to be in the description down below, so feel free to chat it up with us and join the community. So that being said, Renee, Rafa, how's everybody doing?
I'm doing
Pretty
pretty
good.
good. Yeah.
How you doing, Hector?
I don't know if you guys noticed, but my voice started to get really raspy and all that, so I was like, I need to drink some water. I don't know why it just started to do it at a random moment, but I was like, okay, cool. Like, it progressively got raspier and raspier as I kept talking, and that's all I focused on. And I'm like, I need to read this. I need to remember what this script says.
Nah, you're good. I didn't even notice. You sound fine to me.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, love to hear that. Now I just look dumb on the pod. All right. But speaking of dumb, never mind. I was gonna go. It's like a really, really bad segue. You know what? It's time. It's time to just get into it. We gotta talk about what is happening this week in anime. Rafa, tune us in to the news.
It's time for anime news, super fun time network hour with Hector, Renee, me, anime news. Okay. I changed it up.
I know. This I was really surprised.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
It's really long.
Yeah, I'm gonna experiment for the next following weeks. Just get ready for that.
Oh, that's actually kind of cool. I like
I'd be
that.
down
I'm
for
just gonna
that.
see.
I actually like
what
this one a
comes
lot,
up.
to be honest.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
It's just adding your own flavor, your own
spent-
spice to it.
Yeah. I spent all last night thinking what to say. Thinking about the poops and where they go.
I did not know you were going there with that.
Yeah. I was like, okay, let me have 3 puts here, 5 poops here.
I don't know what's happening.
Neither do I. I was
Can
like,
I go now?
Man, this is called a quits here, guys. This is all right. Good podcast, everybody. Go home now.
Renee, save us, please.
All right, gotcha. Okay. So, anime news. So, I came across an article that was posted by comicbook.com. And so if you guys aren't too familiar with this, Berserk's manga has actually been selling out following the death of its creator, Kentaro Miura.
Rest in peace.
Rest in
power.
peace.
Rest in power.
It is a massive loss, as we know, for the manga medium as a whole, and both manga industry professionals and fans have been celebrating Miura's life and work ever since. I mean, I've been seeing a lot of fan art going on, a lot of posts going on about this. A lot of people were very upset, and it's totally understandable. And they were so, I mean, everyone loved, his work. So yeah, so Dark Horse Comics has been releasing a set of like collector's edition hardcover volumes for the series English language license release, and like all 8 of the hardcover volumes are like now sold out. They even managed to like break the top 10 like best-selling on Amazon for like a brief time. And like I said, like the manga is just like selling out like crazy everywhere. Like everyone is going out there and they're buying the books. I haven't seen Berserk. I haven't read the manga, but just seeing people like they're going out there and they're buying it. Like, it just shows you how upset or like how moved they were by, you know, his artwork and such. And yeah, I don't know your thoughts. I think Rafa, you're a big fan, right, of Berserk? Or
I kind of have a love-hate relationship with Berserk. Berserk, the original one, is really considered one of the best ones. It's super dark, it's super twisted. There's a really big. I don't even want to say what happens, just for people who are, well, clearly there's no people who are experiencing Berserk because of what happened with the creator, right? So I'm not really going to talk about the
mm-hmm.
story itself, but you can tell that the creator in the manga put a lot of thought into his lore, into the background, into the creation of this world, because there's a lot that goes into Berserk. There's creatures, there's demons, there's monsters, there's powers, there's a lot going on, but it's not goofy, it's not silly, it's not over the top. It's the violence is over the top, but it's a very dark, serious, at times very depressing story that happens.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I say I have a love-hate relationship with Berserk, because after the original run of Berserk that ended many years ago, the anime itself, they brought it back in a few years recently, a few years ago. And I remember me and Hector were talking about it, how it was all CG and it looked horrible. It looked so bad, and I couldn't watch it. And I'm the one that tends to give animation and anime more leeway than you guys, and I couldn't do it for that show. It looked really, really bad, the CG animation for it. And unfortunately, I ended up falling off Berserk because of that. I really never read the manga, but I do know a good. I know a lot of lore and a lot of the story itself,
Mm-hmm.
because it has such interesting the world of Berserk has such interesting lore that I would literally sit there and just watch YouTube videos of people explaining the lore. That's how much like I really enjoy it. Like, I don't even read the manga. I just listen to people talk about the lore itself and explain what this means and what that means. Like, it's a really, really cool franchise, and the story itself is not even over with. Like, there was a lot of memes coming out saying how the creator, I'm not even trying to pronounce his name because I don't want to disrespect him by mispronouncing his name, but the creator of Berserk, how he's such a Chad, uh, because he created Berserk. Uh, you know, people have over the years. People have questions about like certain monsters and certain lores, and they want answers. And instead of the guy giving answers, he just ended up dying without giving any answers. And he's just like, I'm not gonna tell you guys anything. So he
Right.
like there was really funny stuff like that, saying like he's such a Chad because he, instead of answering people's questions, he was just kind of like, man, fuck y'all, I'm going out, I'm out of here. So if you do, I do recommend Berserk for people who want to watch it, at least the original run. If you're willing to put up with bad animation, check out keep going with the continuation of that anime. But if not, man, just read the manga. I mean, the manga is it looks great. Like, it looks a really good manga. And again, like the lore behind Berserk is like super deep. It's super intense. But there is no ending, so you just that's something you're just gonna have to face if you do go into Berserk. Because it was never ended.
Yeah, the only experience I've had with Berserk is like, I've only heard bad things about it in the sense that like,
Oh no.
when it came to Gang, what is it? The Goblin
Guts.
Slayer.
Oh,
Yeah, when it came to Goblin Slayer, that one scene in the first episode was really messed up. But had seen people talk about how like, oh, if you think that's messed up, just check out Berserk. And like, that was always.
that's
Go ahead.
yeah. That's my point. Is that Berserk gets depressing at times. There's a lot like it is not an anime. It's not a manga for kids. Like, it does not pull back punches. There's a big piece of in the story itself that something really crazy happens. Something really messed up happens to like, and it really like messes up. Guts. Guts is the name of the main guy with the giant sword. Um, and again, I don't want to go into detail for people who want to experience Berserk themselves, but
Mm-hmm.
there's this one big known thing about Berserk. Like there's a big thing that happens in the story, and that's the main thing that people know about Berserk without knowing it really much of anything else. And that's the thing that Hector Stern is kind of referring to right now.
Yeah. So like it's something that's like really messed up that happens in the show, in the manga and the show, and like that's the biggest thing I've ever heard about it. But I also heard that the manga itself is super violent. It's really like
It is
action packed whenever it gets to those types of scenes.
It's
and
super violent.
Yeah. So like I mean I've heard it's definitely a mature viewing experience, a mature reading experience. So it is not for the faint of heart.
No.
But yeah, I mean, granted, I know there's a lot of big fans of this. I really feel for those fans, especially because we don't know exactly what's happening to the manga itself. I'm sure that they're gonna try to maybe find a way to continue it, and hopefully somebody knew the vision that the original author had for it, to like see it through to the end. But yeah, I mean it's really tough.
I would rather just leave it be how it is.
You think so? I actually have no idea what the ending is like, or where it's at currently in the.
I don't know where it's at currently. I just know that there's no ending for the manga itself. But I mean, who could we really say like, oh, I know exactly what he wanted out of the story? Like we don't know. Like he passed away, so I would just say just let it be. You read out to the final page that he ever drew and wrote, and say, hey man, rest in power, my guy. Now you're resting, and just go move on to the next thing. I rather not. I would rather not someone touch it, just because there's the chance of screwing it up, of misinterpreting what he wanted, or somebody else's vision comes into play, and derails it all. And instead of touching something that especially the fans, consider it in high regard, like let's just let it be. Let's just not even mess with it. Like that's what I think.
I mean,
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, if you had more to say, it's fine.
Oh no, I was gonna just pose the question of like you don't think that the what is it, like the publishing company is like gonna see that they are selling a lot and are making money? They're like, well, let's continue it because obviously they want it.
It depends. Well, at the end of the day, it depends who has the rights to the story, who has the rights to the Berserk name. If it is the publishing company who has the rights to it, if they want to keep going, then who am I to tell them not to? Yeah, if they want to keep making it, they'll keep making it. I'm just saying that if for whatever reason they were there, there's a chance they wouldn't do it. I'd rather have them not do it. I think it's better just to leave the work untouched, because the original creator is not there anymore. That's just the way that I feel about it. But like I said, if the publishing company, if whoever has, if there's a company out there who has the rights to keep working on the story itself, then if they want to keep doing it, then I mean, well, they're gonna listen to me, some random on the internet saying don't do it. They're gonna keep doing it.
You're literally a mega influencer in the world of anime.
Oh
okay?
No, stop it.
I mean, you're literally on the Bento Boxcast, bro. The biggest animeist podcast in the world.
No, you're right. Actually, you're right.
Yeah, and I actually also in this article it says that Dark Horse Comics had released like 8 collector books, and I think they are a 9th volume is going to be scheduled for release later in this November.
That's awesome.
So that's pretty. I mean, everyone's saying it might be tough to get, but all these books are actually probably really tough to get. But
for sure,
they're releasing them slowly but surely. But yeah, I mean, it's nice to see that like Berserk is getting the love on like such a massive scale. It's unfortunate that it's under these tragic circumstances.
Right.
But it's nice to hear that there's a community supporting, and there's people out there who are big fans, and it's sad, but it's great for the manga, great for for everyone who was part of
Berserk. Legacy, right? The legacy of Berserk, and legacy of the how you say, Hector, the mangaka,
the mangaka,
the guy who actually made it. His people, a lot more people are going to appreciate his work now because of it. Like it sucks that he passed away, but now more eyes are on what he
Mm-hmm.
made and what he did, and more people are going to appreciate the work he's done.
Yes.
Yep.
But yeah, but sorry, we started the news segment with like some sad news, but I mean there's some good aspects of it as well. And then yeah, and something on a completely different note and on a brighter note, this is what this was posted by IGN. Like I said, completely different note. Um, but Funko Pop is celebrating its annual Funkoween event, which marks the halfway point to Halloween and features plenty of big reveals for new Funko Pop toys coming the latter half of the year. I myself am a big fan of Funko Pop. I own too many and I do not care. But what I'm really stoked about is that we are finally getting Demon Slayer pops. And I didn't tell you guys, but I already pre-ordered mine.
Oh,
I
that's pretty cool.
pre-ordered actually all of them.
Oh my god! I thought we were gonna do it together. What's your problem?
I'm sorry. I had to jump on it. There were I know like Hot Topic. So Funko Pop had some on their site. Hot Topic had some exclusives. And like I like checked Twitter today and like Hot Topic was like, "Oh, like we're sold out of the whatever of the Tanjiro one," which what I wanted it. I was like, "Oh my God, I have to jump on this now." So like I went on this other site and I literally pre-ordered like another version of Tanjiro, Inosuke, Nezuko, the evil villain, the guy, Michael Jackson
Michael
looking guy.
Jackson. Yep. No, this is what call him by his real
Oh
name, Michael
no,
Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah. And I Tomioka, I think is his name. But yes, anyways, yeah, I had pre-ordered mines already today. Yeah, so I know I'm not the only one who's going to be excited. There's a lot of other people, big fans, you know, who are excited as well. But yeah, if you haven't already, like, definitely pre-order them as soon as you can because they're already like selling out. So definitely try to jump on that if you guys are interested. Oh, I'm sorry, and I also pre-ordered Zenitsu. Sorry, he's like my main, like my favorite one.
What?
I love him.
He is so
Then who?
annoying.
Oh,
I
the blonde guy. No, he's
Yes.
Yeah,
annoying.
I
He's
love him
annoying.
so
He's
much.
annoying.
Oh, he doesn't get enough love, I feel like.
He
Because
doesn't
he's
deserve
annoying.
it.
Yes, he does. He's
Because he's
so cool.
annoying.
I mean,
Mm.
I like that he goes into like, Super Saiyan mode when he goes unconscious, but besides that, like, I don't know. I just don't think I hate when he gets all whiny. That's my problem.
To be fair, though, he wasn't that bad in the movie.
Oh, he was a lot better in the movie.
Yeah.
I don't
But
care.
I
I love him.
don't care.
I think he's great. He's hilarious. I don't know. Like the show definitely got dark. I mean, it's not a dark show, but like it had its moments and like I just feel like his like humor and like just how he was just like kind of helped sometimes. Like it was just a good balance. I like him. But anyways, whatevs. Yes,
Hector,
guys.
I have a quick question for you
Uh-huh.
regarding Demon Slayer.
Uh-huh.
You do not have to answer this if you feel that it might be spoiling things or leading towards spoilers. But I was talking to someone who it was right after the movie came out. And he was in what's his name? The fire guy, whatever his name
Rengoku.
is. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I was in VR chat. He was wearing that, like he was looking like that that guy. And I was like, oh, cool, it's you. And then I was just like talking about the movie with him, or whatever. And then I asked him like, did you see the movie? He's like, no, but I know what happens because he read the manga. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. And then he said to me, this is what he said to me. Okay, he said to me, Demon Slayer is the anime version of Game of Thrones. Is this correct?
Oh my god. If he's referring to how oh no.
I don't know. That's all he said to me. And I said, okay, please do not continue. And I walked away.
I can vividly see what he means in two different ways.
Okay. That's it. To leave it. Let's just leave it at
no. Yeah. Wow, I've never put that comparison together. That is actually a really good comparison. Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing is, I haven't seen Game of Thrones. I know.
Me neither.
Wait,
but
what?
I know. I haven't seen Game of Thrones.
I've never seen it.
Bro,
I thought it was the only one.
This isn't anime related, but watch Game of Thrones, man.
No, I'm not gonna
No,
watch Game
my-
of Thrones.
It's
I'm not
so
watching that
good.
shit.
It's not for you.
Oh yeah,
guys.
so I can watch the last season where it just shit itself.
Yeah,
no
stop at
thanks.
season 7. Just end at season 7.
I'm not doing that. I'm not watching a show. I hate that. I hate that. Like, oh, watch this show. It's good. Season 2 and 5 is great. Oh, but the last, the other 5-10 seasons are a piece of shit. I'm not gonna sit there and watch.
That's the thing, though. If there's 8, you get one bad season out of all the seasons.
But it's the most important season. It's the last season.
Look, man, you can't have nothing can be perfect. Okay.
Okay, it's like watching someone doing gymnastics, right? So they're doing all the flips and spins and shit, and then they fall and bust their ass at the end. And you're telling me, hey, this is really cool, them doing all them flips and shit? I'm like, yeah, but they busted their ass at the end. So what was the whole fucking point? They couldn't stick the landing.
Look, man, sometimes you get good scores, all right?
Checkmate.
That was good.
Thank you. I'll play, baby.
I think it was good.
I mean, I'm just saying, bro. Those that love Game of Thrones know what I'm talking about.
Look. The thing is, I didn't see anything. I haven't seen a single second of Game of Thrones. Only in commercials and ads and shit like that, right? And I just don't feel like watching it. Like, bro, I have HBO Max. I just don't feel like watching it. I feel like it's such a long show, and also like I'm not like it's gonna. I also don't. I'm not really a big fan of like sex scenes and shit like that. Like there's a time and place for everything, and I know like it's a mature show or whatever. And I said, "Oh, Rafa, don't you watch anime? Isn't anime like a bunch of just titties everywhere?" I'm like, okay, hold up, no, okay, that's more like ecchi stuff. And then there's the whole porn side of things. If I want to watch boobs and all that stuff, I would go by myself and have alone time with myself, and then just watch straight up porn.
Oh my god!
I'm just saying.
How did
I'm just saying.
To this?
This conversation just took a turn.
It
guys.
did. And this is what I'm trying to say here. Okay, when I'm watching TV and I'm watching a story, and I'm watching just like drama and shit, I don't want to see a sex scene. That's it. I have it.
Oh
it's separated.
My God.
It's separated. There's time and place for everything. That's what I'm trying to say.
Anyway.
Whatever.
I mean, I can see your.
Game of Thrones either.
You guys are missing out on good TV up until last season.
No, okay.
Up until
it's too long of a show.
Up until half of season 8. After that, that's when it just went.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna rewatch Breaking Bad, a really good show that doesn't fuck up at the end.
Depends on who you talk to.
Who do you talk to that says that Breaking Bad?
This is an anime podcast, Rafa.
No.
Save it for the play-in pod.
Whoever told you that, unfriend them right now because they're not your friend.
Anyways, on to the next article, which is, comes from comicbook.com/anime. It's titled One Piece set photo shows off the Going Merry and other ships. So if you guys did or did not know, for some reason, Netflix and other streaming sites are wanting to do live action animes. And it's scary because sometimes they don't get the original author or the publishing team or just anybody who really worked on the manga itself and really worked on it and actually cares about it. They usually don't get their opinion on it or their help on it. But here comes One Piece where not only did Oda, I don't know if he signed off on it, but he said that he wants to have not necessarily hands-on, but he wants to have some kind of connection and work on the live action show itself. But it has shown that there are some promising things about this upcoming One Piece live action. Not only that, if you guys did or did not know, a lot of the characters within One Piece, especially within the main Straw Hat crew, are actually based off of different regions of the world. So for example, Luffy's actually based off of Brazilian culture. Cool. And Zoro is based off of Japanese culture. I believe Robin is based off of I don't know if it's Russian. I think it's Russian, Russian culture. Nami is based off of something else. Usopp is the American I think stuff like that. Everybody's based upon like a different part of the world and different region of the world, things like that. So there is we don't know like I don't know if we know the actors yet, but apparently they're trying to get actors from those regions potentially to play those characters, which would be super sick. But regardless, they recently came out with actually images or pictures of the Going Merry, which is the main ship that they used during the first few arcs in the show, and then a few other ships as well. And they're like straight up pirate ships, like just straight up like boats from like the 1900s and stuff like that. And it's so sick to see stuff like that, especially the Going Merry, which I can see vividly. And I'm super excited just because I don't know. This is like probably the first live action anime that I've actually been curious to watch or just even look at. But yeah, for those of you that may be interested in reading this article or wanted to see the pictures, again, the article title is One Piece set photos show off the Going Merry and other ships. It was published on May 26th. So literally the day of recording this.
Nice.
And it's really cool. Like it is something that I was not expecting to see, but literally for any of you One Piece fans, when you see it, it's pretty sick, and you can tell quite literally it's the Going Merry. But besides that, oh, actually, I just noticed you can see the ram's head or the ghost head. That's so sick. Okay. But I mean, and I wanted to bring it up to you, Renee and Rafa, because like, is there any anime that you guys have watched in the past that you guys would think this could make a good live action if done correctly?
Well, I was kind of hoping. I know there was talks about or I don't know if it's announced the cowboy. Weren't they coming out with like a live action Cowboy Bebop movie at some point? Like, wasn't that a thing?
Yeah, I think there was discussion about that. I don't know if that fell through or not, though.
Because I thought they had like picked the cast and everything, and like that was. I mean, that was something that I was actually looking forward to, that I thought that, maybe it could potentially make a good live action. And I thought I had read something that they were working on it, but maybe not anymore. But that would have been cool. I was looking forward to that. Let's see.
The one thing that came to mind was it's an older anime called Black Lagoon. It's just about pirates, like modern day pirates and mercenaries and stuff like that. And they have a boat and they're just out there, and then there's like mafia members, and it's just a really cool. It's just an action anime through and through. Like there's no special powers or anything like that. It's pretty cool. I think that would be a really easy transition to live action. It's just like an action show or like an action movie, pretty much. It was just in anime form when it came out.
So I actually I looked up for Cowboy, it said that I think it's going to be a series, and that Netflix it just like wrapped up the production of the first season, and it hasn't a release. I mean, it's saying 2021. And it's going to be on Netflix. So hoping that's accurate. I don't know. I'm kind of curious.
I mean, I think Cowboy Bebop would be actually a good anime to have live action. I think it makes sense.
Yeah, and they actually have what's his name? John Cho as playing as Spike.
I need to look up who John Cho is.
He's
the first thing that comes up is John Cena.
I just know Harold and Kumar.
Oh,
right?
Yeah, okay, yeah. Really,
guy, yeah.
as Spike? Okay.
I know, interesting. I know they had a very interesting cast, but I was all for it.
Huh. I could kind of see it, I guess. I don't know.
It's I don't know.
It's not my favorite casting, but it is what it is. I mean, that being said, though, yeah, Cowboy Bebop I think could work. One I've always thought could work, but if they did it right, is Promise Neverland. Promised
That would've
Neverland
worked
is
well,
so
too,
good. It'll probably get into like the CGI aspect at a certain point because of something that happens in the show, but if like I said, if done right, it'd be incredible.
Yeah.
And at this point, we need to do that anime justice because, dear God, was season 2 god awful.
Is there a movie already? Do they have a movie for Promised
No.
Neverland? Oh, okay.
Yeah, they did season 1, which is incredible, and then season 2 like mega flopped. So I don't know. I really hope that they're like, hey, remember that season 2 we put out? Forget about it. Pretend it didn't happen. Here's a proper season 2. If they do that, oh man. But I kind of feel like because it flopped so hard that they're just gonna like, kind of just give up on it and be like, I'm gonna sweep this under the rug. But besides that, I mean, I think we can kind of move on to the next one, which is something for those of you that love English dub anime. I cannot relate, but
Yeah, boy.
this is for y'all. Vinland Saga has officially announced that they are confirming a release date for the English dub version of the anime, and it is one of the manga series, was one of the biggest hits of 2019 anime, and it came out on Amazon Prime Video. And like I said, they officially announced that they're going to be coming out with a release date, which I am trying to find on here. 2022. So next year. Sick. Okay. So that's around the time that they're going to be doing an upcoming English dub release. And like I said, never been a big fan of it, but for those of you that really want to really only enjoy English dub animes, this for example, this anime alone is a really good anime. So I'm pretty positive that you guys will enjoy it. It's very action packed. It is really, really incredible. It is about Vikings and the Viking era, and a coming of age story of a boy who has to go through a lot of shit. But he endures. He's a pretty dope character. Thorfinn is his name, and yeah, very sick. Really, really excited. It will be hitting Blu-ray on August 31st. Oh, okay, I lied. So not 2022. So this year. Oh, even better. Blu-ray, August 31st in both English and Japanese dubs. So there you go.
Nice.
Rafa, would you rewatch this in English dub or not anymore?
Yeah, I'll watch it. I need it. I haven't finished it, so now I have
I've
more.
never heard of it.
Oh, it is a good
good.
watch. Really good watch.
Yeah. It's good.
I will not be recommending it to you this anime swap, but if you want to check it out, it is on Amazon Prime Video. Definitely check it out. Also, guys, just a little shameless plug that I want to put in there. If you haven't watched Invincible, go watch it. It's also on Amazon Prime Video. It is a sick show. It deserves love.
That either.
What? Alex watched it. I'm surprised you didn't watch it with Alex.
I didn't want to.
You should have. It's so good. It is fire. But it's okay. You'll have enough to watch because thanks to anime. But yeah, I mean I just wanted to give those who liked Vinland Saga, just a little nudge. Yeah, hey, it's coming out August 31st. Check it out if you guys want to. And for those of you that haven't checked it out, definitely check it out. Really, really good. But yeah, that's it for me at least. I think we have one more for you guys. One more news article.
Yeah, it is here. I got it right here just for you guys. For those people out there who are fans of Lupin the Third, don't worry, there's more anime coming out. It says here, Lupin the Third franchise gets 6 anime series for the 50th anniversary. So, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but Lupin the Third is one of the longest running anime ever. I mean, it's been out longer than I think I've been alive. I'm pretty sure. Like Lupin the Third has been around like forever. And recently, I think it came out with a movie, right, Renee? You saw the movie, the newest movie of Lupin the Third. So
It was pretty. I mean, if you guys haven't had a chance, I strongly recommend seeing the movie. You don't really have to follow the show to still enjoy it. I actually watched this movie first, and then I kind of went back to like watch some of the older seasons. But yes, it's like a really old cartoon. Like I had a really hard time getting through season 1. But I think season 4 and like season 5 are like pretty newer-ish. So that's like a good starting point. But yeah, I mean, I I enjoy Lupin. I think he's a great character. And it's actually pretty exciting to know that they're coming out with another season. So
Yeah,
yeah.
Lupin the Third is one of those anime characters that even if you haven't seen the show, you've seen him. Like he's one of those anime characters that are super recognizable. He's like a Naruto or Goku or whatever. Like you've seen him before, just somewhere out there. You might not know where he's from. You might not know anything about the show itself, but you've seen Lupin around. Because he's a big figure in the anime like world lore or whatever you want to call it. Like it's a legendary show. It's really cool for them to give for them to even give it another another run, I guess you can say.
Mm-hmm.
Normally when shows get their anniversaries, they just re-release the show again in a different box set with some extra some nice like behind the scenes things here and there, or they put out like a figurine or just some merchandise that you can buy celebrating the 50th anniversary or whatever anniversary it is. But for them to get a whole new anime run is it's really really cool to see. It's just to show you how beloved this show is, because like Lupin the Third is one of those like legendary shows. Like if I would ask you, hey, what's your top 5 anime, and you would say Lupin the Third, I would not question it at all. Like, yeah, it's Lupin the Third. Like it has that elite status of an anime.
Lupin the Third.
Yeah, so keep an eye out. I don't see any dates on when exactly it's gonna premiere or anything like that. So most likely it just got announced that it is coming out in the future. So keep an eye out for part 6 of Lupin the Third. More information to come in the future.
Yeah, actually, I fall in the category of like I've seen his face before, but never actually watched the show. So I'm in that category that you were talking about. Like, I've never even checked it out, not even been curious about it. But yeah, I think it's really crazy that something has been going on for 50 years and it's getting another release of an anime series.
Right. The only running series that's still doing something like that to this day is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. JoJo came out in the 80s, the manga itself, and it just got announced for a continuation of part 6. So like it's really 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 rare for anime to be continuing on this long, or still
Mm-hmm.
have a new season or a new retelling of the story itself. For the most part, most of the time, animes tend to leave you with 1 or 2 seasons and end with a cliffhanger, and that's the end of the show. And if you want to know what happens, you have to read the manga. Like most shows do that. So it's cool to see that they're doing that with Lupin.
Yeah. And like, I mean, Hector, like if you're like, I don't know if you want to, I strongly recommend the movie. Rafa, did you see the movie or no?
No, I've not seen the movie.
Yeah, I
I've
think it's I think it's really nice, especially because it's kind of like it's like 3D. It's not animated like how the show's animated. They definitely made this more like 3D, and I think it helped a lot. And I believe they had some of the original, not original, maybe like some of the existing like actors as the characters in the show that were kind of in the previous like seasons, which was kind of cool. But I think you guys should check out the movie for sure. I know like the earlier seasons, they are like extremely old, and I could not. I had such a hard time trying to get into it, but the movie like helped a lot. So I think that's a good starting point for, I mean, not just you guys, but like anyone who's curious to know more.
Okay, I'll consider checking it out then.
Yeah, that
Lupin the
is
Third.
that
Sorry.
is pretty much it. That is all the news we have here today. Uh, Thank you for watching the news. Change the channel or whatever.
Great intro. Let's work on that outro.
You know.
Um, speaking of great intros, though, you know who has a great intro and a, for the most part, pretty okay outro, My Hero Academia.
I'm actually not vibing with this intro.
I was about to say, yeah, I don't know if I really like this intro that much this season.
It's
but
alright.
It's not terrible.
Right.
I think there's been a worse one. I just don't exactly know which one.
No, this definitely hasn't. There's definitely has been worse ones, but this one's all right. It's kind of like in the middle. It's definitely been way better openings than this one.
Thoughts, Renee? Do you like the opening?
I would say this opening is like pretty catchy. Like I don't love it or hate it, but like I can literally like hum it right now. Like I know the melody like pretty well. It's catchy. Not my favorite, but catchy.
I actually don't think I could.
Hum it
I
right now.
don't know it
You
off the
can't
top of
hum
my
it?
head. Yeah,
Hum
I
it,
don't think I
Renee.
could.
Do it right
No,
now.
I don't wanna hum it on stream.
Yeah, but
no.
say yeah, yeah. You don't got.
There's
You got.
like
You don't put it on
instruments and
blast.
stuff, and like I
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
replicate that. It's gonna
Yeah,
just
so,
sound like
like-
noise. Yeah.
Oh no. This should be the intro to the new
Yeah.
segment now.
Yeah.
But no, I will say probably my favorite thing about this is not about the episode, but I really like the outro animation where
Mhm.
they're like it's like kind of cartoony. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me kind of the Jujutsu Kaisen ending, where it's kind of like really colorful, bright, and they're doing like random stuff.
Mhm.
The Jujutsu Kaisen is way better than.
Oh no,
than
I'm not saying it's like equally. Jujutsu Kaisen's outro was like sick. I loved it, and the outro
It's
song.
one of the best outros I've ever seen.
Yeah, but enough of Jujutsu Kaisen. Let's hop into episode 97. If you guys have not watched episode 97 of My Hero Academia, this is going to be full on spoiler talk. So feel free to skip. Go down in the description down below, and you'll see timestamps for the next segment, which is going to be Anime Swap. So if we'll be seeing you at Anime Swap, then we'll see you there. But if you are ready to talk about episode 97, which I want to give a quick shout out to our boy Jonathan Corduroys.
Like that.
Our boy John from the Play-In Pod. Yeah, that I call him that sometimes. John Corduroy for catching up to My Hero Academia, season 5, episode 97, just to be able to listen to this segment. So shout out to you.
Hey.
Nice.
But other than that, episode 97, we had a very interesting turn of events. It was time for Bakugo to be center stage with Jiro, the tape dude, and then the Sugar Rush guy.
Yeah.
I don't know the other two names, but I just remember Jiro because she literally kept saying it in the episode a lot. Plus, she's actually one of the better characters.
Bakugo kept calling her ears.
I know, that was hilarious. I loved Bakugo during that entire segment. Also, we did get to see a really new side to Bakugo too. Well, kind of like how they explained it. It wasn't necessarily new, but it was more in your face about it.
It's like the next step of his character. That's the way that I took it. It's just the evolution of Bakugo, pretty much. You know, it's starting to really, in its own way, become more of a hero, right? Become more of I don't want to say a team player, because he was still, you know, kind of leading the charge, kind of doing his thing, but was willing to work with others, kind of, you know. I love the whole thing where he said, you know, I'm going to protect you and you're going to protect me. Like, that whole idea of that was really great. And they went, you know, guns blazing, right? This was Bakugo's episode through and through. I feel bad for team Class B because they just got shat on. I mean, they had it was
Shat
just
on.
somebody had to take that bullet, and unfortunately, it was those four in Class B. I can't even remember who they are. The four in Class B.
The only character I remember from Class B is the welder guy.
The welder guy was cool. I like his power.
There was that lizard girl.
Oh, the lizard
girl.
Yeah, and then the guy the glue guy.
The
glue guy. That.
And then
that
I
was
don't
like,
know who the
guess.
fourth guy is.
Yeah.
Oh, the guy with the blades. The actual
the
lizard
guy.
Yeah, the actual lizard guy.
Yeah.
Honestly, they're kind of forgettable. The welder guy was kind of cool, but like I said, someone had to take the bullet. Someone had to look like a straight up chump to have Bakugo really show off. and it's really cool. I really really enjoyed it. This is one thing I really like about My Hero Academia, is that Bakugo he's doing his own thing. He's going on his own path, and he's like, I'm gonna surpass everybody. I'm gonna be the even better than All Might. I love that, because at the beginning of My Hero, when it first started, I was like, that guy's gonna be a Sasuke. That guy's gonna betray everybody and go to the bad side because he wants power and he wants to be the best of the best or whatever. But I'm being proven wrong continuously, and I love it. I love that he's doing it his own thing, and in his own way, he's becoming his own hero. I really enjoyed the fuck out of this episode, and I love that they, instead of doing the thing that we've been seeing this whole season, where it's like the setup of one episode and then the big payoff at the next episode, they said, no, fuck all that shit. We're going in right here, and it was clean. The way they were just handling themselves, beautiful. Bakugo he was the all-star of the episode, like clearly, like he handled himself amazingly, and just the way they were supporting each other, like it was really really good, really good episode. This might be my favorite episode of the season as of right now.
Oh, you said this was your favorite episode of the season?
As of right now, I think it is. Yeah, it really caught me by surprise how well this episode played out for me. Like I didn't expect Bakugo to be such just the way that it went, like the way that he was interacting with the rest of the team. Like he was still Bakugo, he was still being loud and obnoxious and rude, but he wasn't just thinking about, oh, it's just me. He was considering the rest of his team and how to get things done as a team. Like I said right before I start going on with all this, I love the line that he said, like, I'm going to protect you guys and you guys are going to protect me. I'm paraphrasing, but that's pretty much what he said. And I love that. I love that idea of like, we're helping each other. We're a team. We're here for each other, and we're gonna do this together as a group instead of just Bakugo taking off and doing whatever the fuck he wants to do. Like, it was top notch episode. This is a really good episode. Like, and yes, I gush over Mushroom Girl and then the guy, the sparkly guy, but they're more novelty characters. Like, this is a legit mainstay character right here. I as of right now, out of the top three, Bakugo right now is my favorite. I love him so much just because of this episode. He has the most character development out of anybody else. I don't care what anybody says. Well, we haven't seen Deku, but for me personally, like I really, like, for the longest, Bakugo for me was just that guy who was loud in your face and just he'll curse at you and he'll push you aside, and just it's all about him. With this episode, it shows that he's more than just that, and he's willing to understand and willing to uh, go out of his comfort zone and really try to be part of something more than he is, even though he's trying to be the best of the best of everybody else, which is a great goal anyways, to have to be number one hero, right? I was really impressed by his character development in this episode.
Okay. Renee, any thoughts?
I mean, yeah, like I've always liked Bakugo from the very beginning. And yes, this episode, like Rafa said, like definitely put him in the spotlight. At first you kind of see him wanting to take charge right away, which was like typical, right? Like he's like, of course I'm like, oh my gosh, like he's gonna go into this and he's gonna like just be an asshole and it's gonna get him in trouble and he's gonna end up like getting caught. Like that's how I felt in the beginning, because he was just like, all right, like we're not gonna wait, we're not gonna talk about this, like I'm gonna go straight in and we're just gonna just follow me, guys. So I was like, okay, he's just being typical Bakugo. But I think there was an incident where like Jiro is in a situation where like something's about to happen. He comes back to like rescue her, like push her out of the way, and like everyone saw that, like everyone's just taken aback, right? Like that he was able to come back and to like help his team, like just help them. And that was such a big thing because Bakugo isn't really like a team player, like so you definitely got to see him. He's still the same old, typical Bakugo, like he's a hothead, but I mean, not only has his quirk developed, but he's it was just really nice to see that he can be a team player, and he is trying to just surpass All Might, so he's doing all that he can to be the number one hero, and it shows. I mean, you're able to see all the hard work he's put in. Like, he's been focused throughout this whole show. I feel like he's had this one vision, and that's him to be on top. And at first it makes him seem like he's this cocky guy, but I mean, he's just trying to be the best of the best, and he's now learning that that doesn't just mean being the best in terms of like having the best quirk. It also means other things, like being there for your teammates and rescuing people and these other things. In this episode, I feel like definitely we saw that in him. So yeah, it was pretty exciting. I was pretty happy. It was a really good episode, guys.
So I only have one complaint about the episode.
Oh no, of course.
I wish it was longer. I wanted to see more out of Bakugo. I felt like they wrapped that entire that entire fight went by so fast.
It did. I think they even said that it was like a 5-minute match.
Yeah, but that adds to this just adds to like how amazing he really was out there. That they finished the match so fast.
I mean, yeah, I get it, but like I feel like it could have been.
We had no chance.
It could have been like definitely more hype. I mean, I love my favorite line that Bakugo said was the only way to prove that you're the. I mean, I'm paraphrasing like super hard, but like the only way to prove that you're the best is by getting an absolute win. 4-0, nobody get captured. Yeah, nobody gets captured. Like that line, I was like, oh shit, that gave me chills. I was like, yes sir. If I could put in work, dog, and then he just goes to work, and it's really really insane. My other favorite scene is definitely where he gets his gauntlets shattered, and so I think this is the case. I could be wrong though, but he uses his gauntlets to be able to control his quirk, and to make him more explosive.
No, what those gauntlets do is that they save up his sweat.
Oh, okay.
So because he has like the the little pin he pulls, like because they look like grenades. I don't know if you remember that.
No, yeah.
He pulls the little pin, and so all the sweat gets released. But it's like a bigger explosion that he does. That's how those gauntlets work.
I was just missing the save sweat part, but I mean, yeah, it's like, I mean, yeah, when he lost it, he was just going ham with just how fast. In my opinion, he's like moved faster with all the gauntlets, which was crazy. But
yeah,
like,
he's not using. It's part of his. I mean, his quirk comes out of his sweat, like right. That's how his.
I think so, yeah.
His quirk works, that his sweat's what explodes, whatever. So when he has those gauntlets on, part of his sweat's being collected, so he doesn't have his full arsenal. I guess you can say his full sweatiness to be able to be used. So it's being collected.
Yeah, but like I just like the X catapult. I think is the name of the move that he used. But like that was a pretty intense move against the Dino guy. But I mean, yeah, I wish it was a little bit longer. Like if they're gonna do my boy like that, like they gotta give him some time to shine. And even though I get that the whole point is like to do it quick and fast, and he had the best timing out of everybody, but I really like how everybody was surprised. Even Monoma, like when they went back to look at him, he was like, who was this guy? He's supposed to be like this degenerate who doesn't care about anybody, but he's like, they're in perfect sync. They are the perfect team. They're completely balanced. He goes and does his shit, and they're there, and they have full trust in each other. And I was like, whoa, dude! Like I didn't think about it that way. I didn't put it in that light, but yeah, like they really were just working together in tandem. Like, okay, I'm gonna do this, you do this, and then they're just a giant spear going in, which is Bakugo, and the other guys just ready to assist and help him if need be. So like, I really like that a lot. This episode was definitely. Yeah, I think I could probably say the same. This was probably my favorite out of all of them. Besides the only lacking thing is just like I wish it was longer. I wish they kind of gave more action for them. But yeah, I do understand why they did it that way. I just wanted more, really.
Yeah, now we could look forward to seeing what Deku has to offer.
Were you guys able to watch the end credit scenes, like the preview for the next episode?
I always forget to watch those.
I did, but I don't remember what happened.
Oh, okay. So
I know they already showed a little bit of like I mean, like Deku and all them at the end of this episode, like gearing up for the next fight. But no, I didn't catch that last scene. Dang it.
Okay. No, yeah. It's fine because it essentially kind of just spoils. I honestly think that they kind of spoiled a little bit, maybe too much of what happens in the next episode. Because it's definitely a setup. I actually think that we're gonna get 2 episodes of setup and then 2 episodes of action.
I kind of don't like that.
That's my thought process on it, because they're definitely gonna get into the fight, right? And then something's gonna happen at the end, and then it's gonna be like an episode where they're. This is just me guessing. Granted, I know what happens, but I'm just guessing it's gonna be episode of setup. It's gonna be like a crazy cliffhanger next episode, and then we're gonna get like kind of story setup, and then that's when we get kind of back into the action afterwards, or like towards the end of the second episode. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I could be wrong. If they just go balls to the wall right off rip, then I'm A-okay with that, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, we'll find out soon enough.
Yeah, I'm excited to see the whole Deku and Shinzo matchup.
Yeah.
Very curious.
Fun.
I also like how they're hinting at it a lot too, because right at the end of the episode, like you just see Shinzo looking at Deku, and then Deku thinking about the vestiges, which is like,
yep,
snap, dude. Like this is about to go. These next few episodes are about to pop.
That's the main focus. I'm telling you, this is the main focus of this mini arc or whatever, and it's in the opening itself. The last thing you see in the opening is Deku flying towards Shinzo.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember that.
I don't remember that, actually.
Yeah, that's literally the main thing. You see Deku flying through the air like with a punch ready, and Shinso's like in a building thing, like in a rooftop, and like they're like facing each other.
That was this episode? Man, did I miss that?
No, it's in the opening.
Apparently in the opening, yeah.
In the opening. See, guys, this is a thing. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but there's a lot. They tend to put a lot of information in the opening credits.
No, you're right. I believe it.
And if you know the story ahead of time, some of them even put spoilers in the credits, in the opening credits.
Oh, that is true. They did that a lot in One Piece.
Mm-hmm.
It really sucks. For
Yeah,
those
so
who
like,
don't know.
Good eye.
Yeah,
Attention to that.
I always, I don't want to say I dissect them, but like I always look when I watch it, and I notice certain things here and there. Like I was talking to Alex, with the ending for my Attack on Titan season 2, where like they're showing you like the paintings and the murals of different things, and I explained to Alex what I thought it was, and he said that was about 10% right with my theories, and that was me. That was me in season 2. So
okay.
Like, oh shit, okay.
Pretty good.
Yeah. So just keep that in mind, guys, when you watch. It's really cool to back. It's really cool back. It's really cool to go back and watch some of those openings once you already know what happens. It's almost like looking for Easter eggs.
Right.
Like, oh, it's that. Oh, they were referring to this. Oh, it was cool. Like they were mentioning this here and there. Yeah, that's like a really big thing that they do.
So what Rafa is basically saying to you is have your binoculars and magnifying glass ready, and a notepad and a pen or pencil, because you need to dissect openings and endings. Actually, I don't know if endings really say much. I think openings do though.
It depends. It depends on the show. But for the most part, it tends to be the openings that have most of the information on what's happening or what's going to happen.
Huh, okay. Well, there you go, fellers and ladies. I think that's a great stopping point for there, at least. I'm pretty sure we're all looking forward to the next episode, of course. And with that being said, I mean, let's carry on, Rafa and Renee, straight into Anime Swap.
Throwing noises.
Okay.
Throwing noises.
Okay. This one's not my favorite. Nowhere near, actually. If anything, this is the worst one you've ever done.
Swoosh sound effects.
right, I'm done talking to you.
Yeah.
This week, or rather last week, Renee had gave us Gangsta to watch on Funimation, and
Yeah.
What you guys think?
Have you seen it, Renee?
I actually watched the first 3 episodes too, cause
Oh, okay.
I had this anime on my list like about a couple months ago. I was just going through Funimation and like just adding things to my queue. And I really liked the trailer, so yeah, I actually watched the first 3 episodes as well.
Why don't you go first then? Because you're the one that gave it to us. So what do you think about it?
Well, I actually enjoyed it. Um, I mean, so yeah, like you're following these 2 guys, Warwick and Nicholas, and they're essentially like these handyman, and they're doing all this like dirty work for like the cops and stuff. I enjoyed it. I got like Cowboy Bebop vibes, like in terms of like just the tone of the show and like the music. Like the music was a really big thing for me. It's always a big deal for me in shows, and I don't know, I liked it. It was very. I mean, it had. I mean, I liked the whole, like it was very like not gory, but like bloody. Like I liked like the fighting scenes. You have Nicholas, who's like this like special. He's a tag. And he has these like superhuman capabilities, and he's just badass. But I mean, I'm curious to know what you guys thought. Like this anime was a little different. It's not something that I thought I would enjoy as much as I did, but I thought the first 3 episodes were pretty good.
Oh, okay. Well, actually, I'll start this off because I had said before that this anime had come up on my feed, and I wanted to check it out, but I never got around to doing it. So I actually found it now because of Anime Swap, and man, do I wish I'd watched this sooner. I actually really, really liked it. Episode 1 definitely caught me by surprise. Now, granted, I have seen animes where there's like scenes with like drugs and the like. I don't know if you guys are picking up what I'm putting down, but like those weird uncomfortable scenes where it's like with Alex, the girl. So I guess to be a little bit more, to let other people know, there were scenes where like she was being kind of abused, and a lot of stuff was happening to her, and those scenes made me really uncomfortable. I've never liked watching scenes like that. So those like scenes were like, that was a little like, okay, like there were a few that I like skipped through because I'm like, all right, this is getting too much. And then there's like scenes where it's like, like these girls are in like a kind of like a brothel, prostitution area, and like it's you don't see anything, but like it's like there's stuff that gets insinuated, and it's just like, damn, like this is kind of messed up. But the scenes with Nicholas and Warwick were like super sick, especially. And this is how I knew I liked the show, because even though I was uncomfortable for like a few scenes during episode 1, like overall I was like really attached to just watching it, literally from minute like 2, minute 3 after the intro. Which, by the way, the intro visually super good. I think the music itself, I liked it. It's not my favorite, but I liked it. But the visually, it was like super sick. I love the way the intro kind of came in and things like that. And then just moving on with like the episode itself, like I said, within minute 2 or 3 of the actual show, like I already knew that I was kind of really into this show just because of the kind of the background of it. And obviously my favorite character right now is Nicholas, just because of how sick and crazy he is, and the fact that he's a tag, and like his superhuman abilities, and the way that he uses a sword, and like especially towards the end of the scene where he literally drags a decapitated body into the alley. And everybody's like, yo, what the hell? Like, I don't want to mess with this guy. He's obviously a tag. Whatever they're paying you, I'll pay you double. And he's like, nah, I'm good. And, like, any scene like that, just showing off the characters and how badass they are is just so sick. And, yeah, like, just I really, really, really enjoyed the show. I was super into it through and through. And I can already tell I'm going to watch it all the way to the end. So this is one of those special ones where it's like, okay, I actually really like this. I want to see what happens, and I want to, like, finish it. It got to the point where after episode 3, I kind of looked up online to see if there's going to be a season 2, and at least from my research, it doesn't seem like there's going to be a season 2. So this is all we get for now.
Yeah,
which is kind of sad.
It came out like in 2015, I think so. Yeah. Yeah, I hate
Yeah,
shows that don't really get another season, but
that's something you're gonna have to get used to. Having so
I
much time
know.
in anime. But every once in a while, shows do get their second, third season. 8 years later,
I mean,
stuff like
shoot,
that.
Lupin the Third is getting a whole like sixth
Yeah,
season. I
right.
mean,
Yeah,
you never know.
you honestly never know. Yeah. So for me, I did
Uh-oh.
enjoy the show. Wait, say you don't know for.
I got scared. The way you said it was like for me. I was
For
like,
me,
oh,
the show sucks. It's
yeah, that's like,
ugly. It's dumb. Where are the cute anime girls? I don't get it. No. I did enjoy the show a lot. My only main grief with the show is that I don't like the opening song.
oh, I liked it.
The visuals are great. I love the visuals. He gives it this edge, this punk, this kind of edgy attitude to the like the feeling of the show, which does go great with the show because the show doesn't hold back. It deals with some very heavy adult material, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
prostitution and abuse, like sexual abuse and violence and experimenting on people and dealing with like tears of like wealth, like if you're poor you're treated like shit. Like it deals with a lot of stuff like that, right? Especially with these guys that you guys mentioned it before. Tags are guys who are I think they're in the military, right?
I think
and
so.
and, and then they end up getting experimented on or something like that, and now everybody knows them as tags, so they know not to mess with them, but at the same time they're looked at as monsters, as freaks, as people, as things, not people anymore. Just like, oh, get away from that, not get away from him or her, right? Things like that, right? Like so you can really see how like these people they get pushed away because of something they didn't have any control of, if I remember that correctly. Um, I didn't I it came back to me, but I originally saw episode 1 when this aired.
Okay. Oh, cool.
Back then, I for whatever reason I ended up dropping it back then. But this time around I really enjoyed it, and I watched it in English dub, and it works in English dub, by the
I watched
way.
it in English dub too, and I usually don't do that, but like Funimation just started playing the dub. Like that's just how I started watching it, and I didn't think it was bad either. I thought it was
It
pretty good.
works.
Yeah.
See, I'm telling you, there's certain anime that works, and I feel like it's interesting enough. The anime that tends to work more with English dub are the ones that kind of deal with more of this type of storytelling. Where it's a little bit more, I don't say more serious, but it's a little bit more grounded. Even though this show does have superpowers or whatever, it does, like I said, it does deal with more adult themes.
Right.
Black Lagoon, this gave me crazy vibes of Black Lagoon, which is a show I brought up earlier, which is mercenaries going out there taking jobs and killing and dealing with mafia and the
Mm.
underbelly of the world. Same vibes, just like this. The only difference between that and Black Lagoon and Gangsta is that Black Lagoon first of all, it's an older show, so the animation is a bit older, and there's no superpowers. It's just an action anime. Um, but I got crazy like similar vibes, and I love Black Lagoon. It's one of my favorite anime. So like this is something like up my wheelhouse. Like I really enjoyed this a lot. I love the whole the actions. I like how Nicholas is mute. Is he mute or deaf? I don't remember
Oh no, because
exactly
like,
because he doesn't talk.
but then he does. So I was
But
like really confused.
I think he is deaf then, because no, you're right. He does talk, but he talks like in that way where a deaf person talks. You
But
know,
he's able, like when people are talking to him,
I think he
he's
knows how to read
able.
lips.
Oh, you're right. You're absolutely right. I think that's
Yeah,
the case. So I think he is deaf then.
yeah. No, you're right. Yeah, he is deaf because he does speak a little
Hmm.
bit, but he, like you say, he sounds like when
You can, yeah.
someone is deaf speaks. But like he's awesome. I love his character. You can tell there's a lot going on with him. But I really, really like the other guy. I forgot his name, but the guy with the eye
Warwick.
patch. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's so charismatic. He's so like suave. Like really cool characters. Yeah, this is a good show. This is a very underrated, overlooked show for sure.
Do you guys want to rate it? Do we usually rate these?
Actually, yeah, we have been rating him as of late.
What would I give it?
I would give it a 7. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I would say a 7. I was thinking
Yeah.
a 7 too. You know, it's fun. It's a fun watch. It's like what shenanigans are they gonna get up? These guys are
Mm-hmm.
gonna get themselves into, you know, and I just love the whole dynamic of like they're pretty much mercenaries, you know, like guns for hire in a sense, you know, like with the old lady telling like, oh, we have a job here and there, and like and how the police get mad at them when they fuck up too much. Like it's fun. It's a
Good
fun
show.
action packed show. It doesn't
Huh.
get too crazy, it seems.
Yeah, I
Not
fully agree.
yet.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Not yet.
I don't know.
Right?
I mean,
Who
I was
knows?
just surprised by the show. I mean, I really didn't know what to expect. I just had I added it to my queue at one point because I was like, oh, that looks cool. Um, but I really enjoyed it. I'm too probably gonna try, keep watching.
Yeah. The only thing I would wish is that they would have a better opening song.
I didn't think it was that bad.
It's
That's
not a
so
bad
funny.
song. It's not a bad song, but
Do you think it doesn't go?
it doesn't fit the visuals. It
There you
doesn't fit
go.
the
Okay.
visuals and it doesn't fit the overall attitude of the show. It
I
needs to
get
be
that.
more, I don't know, grungy, more rock, more loud, more in your face, you know.
But did you not
So
like the
Yeah.
visuals, or did you
I love
actually?
the visuals. The
Okay.
visuals are
You just didn't
great.
like the song,
I
yeah.
love the visuals. I love shows that have visuals like that. Like it catches your attention immediately.
I
I
love
just
the
don't
bright colors and everything. The transition from
exactly,
colors from one to the other, and like the characters
exactly.
being like put in like different scenarios. I
Like
really like that a lot.
yeah, no, the visuals look great. It's just that the song doesn't match the visuals. That's the
I get
problem.
that.
Yeah. So
Nice.
that's yeah. But overall, great show as of now.
I'm happy you guys liked it. I didn't really know what to expect.
No, Renee, I mostly just talk about slice of life, but I do like a big array of anime, and this is one of them. It's
Oh,
like
nice.
yeah.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah.
Well, I
All
guess
right.
we move on to okay, we know yeah. Me and Rafa gave it our scores, but what about you, Renee? What's your score for the show so far?
Um, I'll probably give it like a 7.5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Like I said, I just like the story. I like the characters, and in episode 3, I just feel like a lot more is gonna keep I think there's something big that's gonna be revealed at some point sooner rather than later. And I just want more. Like I just want to keep.
Right.
I just want to know what happens next. So I mean, I think that visually it looks great. Um, and like I said, like music is a big deal for me. I really enjoy the music and the pacing of this show. So
Mm-hmm.
I really liked it. So yeah, that's why I give it a 7.5 because
Ooh,
I was surprised.
okay.
But it was good.
Um, yeah, not bad. I will say, oh man, I just had it and then I lost it. Never mind, I won't say it.
Hmm.
But I guess it's time to move on now to the next recommendations being thrown, or rather, what Rafa say? Throwing noise or whatever.
Throwing
Please.
noises. Yeah.
I'm gonna throw noise at you guys. For Rafa, I'm going to throw you into the loop with me and Renee. I want you to check out Tokyo Rangers from this season.
Hey.
I've been meaning to watch this show, but I haven't got around to it.
Well, now you have to. It's your homework.
Now I'm going to do it. Yeah. The main reason why is because I'm trying to catch up on the other shows that I've been watching. I'm all the way caught up with Don't Toy With Me Nagatoro. I'm caught up all the way with Goodbye My Beloved Kramer, which is a good show, man. Hector, if you're looking for, and Renee, if you're looking for like another sports anime, it's a good one. It's really really good.
What's it called?
It's really I think it's called Farewell My Dear Kramer.
Okay.
It's a high school girls soccer team. And it's
Okay.
good, man. It's good. It's hella wholesome, and like it's all about the characters and like their development and how they become like a team, and it's like a sports anime, right? Like Haikyuu, right? It's like that, it's just soccer this time around, and like the jokes are funny, but it's not too wacky, and it's a good show, man. It's a good character development. I'm really enjoying that show a lot, like crazy a lot right now. I know I'm kind of taking over this section, but
No, please go ahead.
I also finally started watching this season of Zombieland Saga. I finally finished the first season, so I'm starting to watch the second season. It's the zombie idol show,
Mm-hmm.
and it's good, man. It's good. It's funny. It's wacky. It's a good show. The music's catchy as all fuck, and it's I'm really enjoying it this season. It has a really fun way that the second season starts. I don't want to spoil it for those who are still interested in watching it, but it's a really fun twist what they do starting the second season. It kind of puts them back almost at square one, where they have to kind of rebuild everything again.
Shit. Okay.
It's a lot of fun. Yeah. And then that, as of right now, that's where I'm at. I'm trying to catch up with Zombieland Saga, and that is the whole reason why I have not seen Tokyo Revengers yet, because I'm trying to catch up with the idol anime.
Well, guess what? You pause. Well, I mean, you don't have to pause it. You can watch it at the same time. You'll find time.
Right.
But
exactly.
But yeah, Tokyo Revengers. It's been one of my favorite watches this season. And just speaking of seasons in general, we will get to this topic later down in the road. But they are announcing newer and newer shows coming out each season, and the hype for the summer and then fall 2021 anime seasons have been getting a lot more like intense. So I think we are in for a great amount of time and great viewing within the next few months of the rest of the year. So for those of you who are also just like me and kind of in a lull and kind of in a rut when it comes to anime this season, fret not. We are in for great seasons coming up in summer and fall 2021. But to continue on with Renee, we have talked about this show before, but it's finally time for you to get into Fire Force. It is. I have full faith that you will like it, and if you don't, it's okay. It's fine. I will think you're a little crazy, but that's just how it's gonna be from here on out. But it is a shonen, Naruto-esque, Hunter x Hunter-esque show.
Let's go.
Plenty of action, plenty of character development. No, trust. The hype is deserved. Okay, like I have full faith that you will like this show. And I kid you not, it only gets better the longer you watch it. There will be, if you decide to get this far in season 2, there will be a very low point in the show which me and Rafa both agree like that was a huge turnoff for us. But we stopped at the absolute worst timing with the show, and if you do carry on with it and keep up with it, and it'll be more than worth it for sure. But I cannot wait to hear both of you guys talk about Tokyo Revengers for Rafa and, of course, Fire Force from Renee. Yeah.
I'm excited. I got the chills.
Nice.
Oh, my God. Well, everybody, ladies and gentlemen in the jury, we have made it to the end of the pod. It has been quite a nice long one, way longer than I personally expected it to go.
Wow, I'm just kidding.
I mean, no, yeah. I mean, I thought we were just gonna hit like the hour benchmark, but we hit about an hour 30. So, kudos to us. Shout out everybody who listens. Shout out Alex, John, Griffin, Kenny. I'm just trying to think of people who actually listen to the pod. Jay, and Selly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out them. And everybody else who watches the pod, we appreciate you guys so much for tuning in, and everybody that I don't know their names, trust, I peep you. Thank you for watching. We are hitting great numbers on the pod, and we are very happy about it. So make sure to follow, share, subscribe the channel, the episode, everything, and don't forget to check out the description for everything that we have mentioned, both past, present, and future. And last but not least, let's give our final shout outs as well. So I will actually start off with, you already know, the best Etsy page on Etsy. Artist and Gamer. Check them out. They have some incredible pieces on there, and you will not want to miss it because, trust, it's worth the purchase. And yeah, I'm gonna even do one better. All right, we're gonna go right now. I'm just gonna quick search this real quick on Le Facebook. Okay, and we're gonna just do off the cuff, off the fly. That is my personal profile. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay. Oh, look at that. It's already in my search bar. Oh, well, look at that. Now we're going to go straight to the Etsy page. By the way, if you're looking for their link, it's going to be down in the description below. I already told you guys this. It's there. First and foremost, they have a Frida Kahlo 11-ounce coffee mug. They also have a Legend of Zelda Link 12-ounce mug, an Attack on Titan Armored Titan mug, and much, much more. We also have the Animal Crossing and, of course, the iconic. You guys already know what I'm going to say. The Pokemon Cafecito-inspired card. Get it in the purple and pink because that's the best color, in my opinion, because it's the best cup, in my opinion. Also, Godzilla vs. Kong, things like that. Check them out. And, Rafa, any other shout-outs on your end?
Just really quickly, I'm just going to shout out the podcast that I'm with Alex and John. That is the Playing Pod with Alex and John and Rafa. It comes out every Monday, 6 a.m. on the dot, Central Standard Time. It's a video game podcast where we talk about video games for the most part, but we do end up goofing off and talking about a bunch of other random stuff here and there. If you just want to hear a bunch of dum-dums talk about video games, go check it out. We have a good time over there. It's a lot of fun.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. From us to you, we love you. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you guys again next week. Like I said, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And yeah, we'll see you guys later. Goodbye.
Bye.